feel really, really grateful and really blessed. Oh my God, I'm gonna get teary again.
This is Earth Radio. And now here's human music.
I'm really passionate about sharing that you can have a positive pregnancy. Hi guys, and welcome to my very first YouTube video and the first video of my pregnancy vlog journey. I am so excited to share this journey with you guys. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Rachel and I have a little boy who is 2.5 years old now, and I'm obviously currently pregnant with baby number 2. And I had a really, really good experience with my last pregnancy with Lucas. And although I didn't share a lot of it online at the time, I didn't have a blog back then and I was a little bit nervous and not as confident as I am today. I still shared my story with those around me, and I kind of gathered after a while that not everyone had such a positive pregnancy and birth experience. And people were shocked that I loved being pregnant and that I loved the whole journey and I embraced it and I loved my body and I loved the change and I embraced everything. And so I thought, over the last couple of years, I'm definitely gonna document and vlog my next pregnancy, because I really, really want to share what I think are the simple things that I do that perhaps other people didn't do, that really shaped and molded my pregnancy journey and made it a positive pregnancy for me. And I'm really passionate about sharing that you can have a positive pregnancy. And I really believe that pregnancy and birth, birth is like running a marathon. I mean, you've got to be prepared and you've got to prepare your body and your mind, and that's the way that I see it. And I'm so freaking passionate about everything to do with pregnancy and birth and babies, and I really feel like this is my calling. So I just really think that if more women are informed and educated about what happens during pregnancy and what you can do that's in your control to really shape your experience and make it a good one, despite what health issues you may have or may arise during your pregnancy. I honestly believe it's all in the way that you eat, the way that you move, the way that you educate yourself, your mindset, your perspective, the way you view things, and your ability to just stand up for yourself, feel and be empowered, and just know that you know things. And I think when you know better, you do better, and you trust yourself a lot more, and just becoming really in tune with your body and accepting the change and embracing the change. I really think that that's the key. So I'm going to share with you what I've been doing, how I've been feeling. I'm going to chat a bit here, and then I'm going to show you guys some videos of the last 12 weeks. I'm 12 weeks pregnant at the moment. Still feeling a bit crap, but putting the brave face on, and you'll see how I've been feeling over the last 11 weeks or so. So there are so many changes to the body when it comes to pregnancy. There's changes to your respiratory system, your cardiovascular system, there's hormonal changes. There's so many things, so many elements of your body that change, which is why you feel so many different things, especially in the first trimester, that nausea and that fatigue. The baby is growing at a rapid rate and everything is forming. So it's really important to understand that and accept and know that those feelings should pass. They mostly say that come like week 15, 16, and it happened for me with my pregnancy with Lucas, that my nausea started to go and my energy started to increase, and I kind of felt normal again and able to kind of just do what I was doing before in terms of just like my daily routine and stuff like that. So just knowing that for that first trimester, that it's normal to feel like absolutely exhausted and nauseous, and just really I felt times of just despair, like how can I possibly do this? So just knowing that is really, really good. Okay, so first things first, how and when did I find out? You can take a look at my exact reaction because I filmed it for you. Okay, so today is the 11th of January 2018, and I have just found out that I am pregnant. We're going away on Saturday. I was packing my bags and I just thought, shit, I'll do another pregnancy test, like just in case. I don't have to pack tampons and everything if I don't need them. So anyway, I did the test. I just left it on the like basin in the bathroom, and I was like, yeah, it's the one line came up, like, yeah, no, I'm not pregnant. I'm like, far out. So I left it, and then anyway, I was packing my toiletries, and I literally was packing my pads and tampons, and I looked over to the basin, and I saw 2 lines, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god. And then I was like, nah, it's not really a second line, is it? I'm like staring at it, and I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure it is. And then I still have my pregnancy test from when it's the same exact test from when I fell pregnant with Lucas. So I went and had a look, and it was like, even though it would so not be valid because it's been sitting there for like 3 years. Anyway, I went and had a look and compared the lines, and yeah, it looks the same. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm pregnant. Now I'm really nervous, but I'm really excited. I'll show you the test. I was literally just packing my bag right here, and I look over. Holy shit balls. Is that not 2 lines? I have no idea when it happened. Like, since December, we've kind of just been not caring, but to be honest, I was so sick for a few weeks, and then I can't even remember when we did it. And I don't, like, sometimes I ovulate day 14, sometimes it's day 17, 18. So I don't know, which means that I don't know at all what sex it's likely to be, which I'm freaking excited about, because if I kind of knew, then I'd want to find out, and I don't want to find out. And yeah, how freaking nervous am I? And I'm like, I don't even know what to do. I'm in the middle of packing for Lord Howe Island, and I'm like, fuck, my whole life's changed. Anyway, this is part 1 of my first vlog to come, so get excited. So much cool info. I'm gonna have a really, really fun, enjoyable, as much as I can, active, healthy, and amazing experience, because being pregnant is a blessing, and I can't wait to share it all with you guys. So as you can see, I was pretty damn nervous. It's kind of like one of those moments where, like, you think about it and you're like, yeah, like, I'm gonna be pregnant, whatever, and then like when you see that positive and you think like, oh my god, it's happened. I didn't even feel like when it happened, but magic has happened within me, and like I've got a whole journey ahead of me, and it's just like this race of thoughts, and I'm like, oh my god, am I ready? Like, I thought I was ready, but am I actually ready? Like, this is it, I'm doing it. And I think it was even more exciting this time around because I had no fear. I just had excitement. It wasn't a fear-based nervousness, it was just excitement, because I know what's going to be at the end of this journey, and like, it's freaking incredible. It's so amazing what we as women are capable of doing. So yeah, I was just really, really, really excited. It was funny because when I found out I was pregnant with Lucas last time, my husband and I had a little argument in the morning, as you do, and we weren't talking, and I remember he was home when I took the test, and I was like, great, he's not talking to me. And I'm like, you really need to talk to me, because I need to tell you something. And he was like, I'm not talking to you. And I'm like, but you need to talk to me? And he was like, what is wrong with you? And then anyway, I told him I was pregnant. So it was ironic, but this time around we'd have another little argument in the morning. I don't even remember what it was about, whatever. And I was like, okay. But I was home alone. Lucas was at daycare. I was supposed to be studying, which didn't happen because I was just like mind blown what I found out. But then I thought, okay, I know we're gonna chat about it when we get home. We planned to go for an afternoon walk, and I thought I'm gonna try and film his reaction. And what I thought of doing was putting the positive pregnancy test and a little card for him, and I bought him a book to read while we were going away. So I thought I'll give him the card and the book. You'll see he kept seeing the camera in the reflection of the mirror where I had it set up, and kept going, the camera's on. I'm like, oh, oops, must have left it on from today, recording my vlogs. And finally got him without him noticing. And yeah, you'll see the reaction, which was super cute.
Daddy, have a cuddle? You're not alone. There's more to this end. What's that? It's recording.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I still have to be. Okay, I'm putting the card first though.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I found out today.
What do you mean? Why are we always fighting when you you tell us? So it just means with one line and it's pregnant.
2 lines is pregnant.
The one's really faint.
Yes. It's fine.
So I just touched it and you peed on it.
Yeah, I pee on this bit.
You peed it? Oh.
Sticky tape.
Really?
Yeah. Are you excited?
Yes!
Anyways, that's why I was trying to record. Can you stop fucking turning it off? Was it planned? Yes, it was a planned pregnancy. Without going into too much detail, I had a lot of trouble falling pregnant last time with Lucas. I'd just come off the pill and I'd been diagnosed with PCOS, and it took me 12 months, which really isn't that long in the scheme of things. I know many women try for a lot longer. But for me, at my age, I was only 22 or 23, really fit and healthy and thought I was at my prime health. But it set me on a whole journey, which I'll probably do another vlog about if you guys are interested. But I ended up failure with fertility drugs didn't work for me. And then ended up going down a full natural route, found a really good naturopath, and within 3 months I had regular cycles, which I'd never had in my entire life, and then I fell pregnant with Lucas. So this time around, I'm pretty confident that I would fall pregnant easily because I'd had no symptoms whatsoever of my PCOS after I finished breastfeeding Lucas. I went straight onto natural supplementation to enhance my hormone production from my naturopath. I was eating really well, I was training, and just had a really good mindset and connection with my body. And my cycles were regular, 28 to 33 days every single month since I stopped breastfeeding. And yeah, I didn't have any symptoms, but I just thought, oh, I don't know, like I think I've cured my PCOS, but I just still don't know if it's still there. I just can't feel it or notice it, and I don't have the irregular cycles. But anyway, so it was still a bit of a shock that literally the first month that we tried, I fell pregnant. So I feel really, really grateful and really blessed. Oh my God, I'm gonna get teary again. Freaking pregnancy hormones. Because I know women struggle, and I struggled last time, and like I'll never, ever, ever take pregnancy for granted and falling pregnant naturally for granted, because it is really a miracle when you think about it, and there are so many women out there who just don't get that opportunity. So I'm deeply, deeply grateful. I'm gonna cry, so I'm just gonna stop talking about that now. So I had a preconception plan. I knew that I needed to be in like an alkalized environment, so get rid of any excess acidity, and I worked with a naturopath, and I had blood tests done about 3 to 4 months before I was planning to fall pregnant. I had some signs of inflammation and acidity in my blood, and I also did a stool sample to check my gut health. I just really wanted to know that my foundations were strong, because I know leading into a pregnancy, if you have all your, levels like your iron and stuff like that at a good level, and you have a really alkalized environment, it's much easier and much preferred for your body to fall pregnant. So I had all of that done, and I'll put my naturopath's website and details in the info below. She's incredible. She does online consultations as well, so no matter where you are in the world, you can work with her. She really, really helped me set that environment and really enhance my gut health, and I just knew that my body was ready. So, and that was a really good feeling. Okay, so how have I been feeling? You'll see I'll take you through kind of a weekly recap. Basically weeks 5 to 6, so when you find out you're already like 4 weeks pregnant. So from like weeks 4 to 6, I really didn't feel any different other than like a bit tired. And it was good timing that we went away, because I just had a nap every day when Lucas napped. And I could just feel that, like when I was exercising and stuff like that, I could feel all the changes in my body, and I know that your blood volume increases and your cardiac output increases and all of that stuff. So I could actually feel that and accept that and know that I was going to get puffed easily and stuff like that. Other than that, I didn't feel any nauseousness. I just kind of had butterflies in my stomach. which I felt last time. And then week 7 hit and I was like, yep, here we go. Just that nausea. It started when I was like really hungry, and then I noticed that like it was becoming just like a daily thing. And I don't know why they call it morning sickness. For me, it's like all day sickness. Like it just doesn't go away. But I was so much more aware this time and so much more accepting. Last time I like crumbled and I ended up taking Zofran, which is an anti-nausea wafer that you put on your tongue. But I really wanted to try and get through the first trimester without Zofran this time. And so far I have, and I don't see the need to get it. And I think just last time I just wasn't aware and I was overwhelmed by the feelings, but this time I knew that they were normal and they would go, and just to accept it as a part of my body changing. Week 8, 9, 10, 11 were just really, really up and down, and you'll see my recaps of those weeks. I had really, really good days, and then I had really, really bad days, and I had really bad weeks, and I just spent a lot of time on the couch. So I was really lucky that Lucas goes to daycare 3 days a week and then spends 2 days with my mum. And the plan this year was, so I would work 2 to 3 of those days and then spend the other 2 days studying, and then also trying to fit a day in with one of the days with my mum to spend with Lucas and my mum and my 2 nieces who my mum watches as well. So anyway, my study days just became my survival days. And I also, like, some weeks only worked 1 day because I literally just could not get myself off the couch. Like, I was exhausted and so sick and just didn't even feel like getting dressed. And for me, that was really, really hard to accept at first because I'm such a go-getter and I hate wasting time. Especially when Lucas is not with me, I have to be doing something to be productive. But this time I'm learning the importance of rest and just listening to my body and not feeling guilty, not letting myself feel guilty because I'm growing a freaking child. And this is all part of the journey and part of the ride, and I've just got to accept and surrender and know that it's not going to be like this the entire pregnancy, hopefully not, but that like I just have to let my body do its thing. So that was a big lesson to learn, but I think I did really well this time around. But yeah, anyway, you'll see, I'll play you guys just a little recap of each of my weeks. So today I am week 7 and I've been feeling so good up until today and yesterday. Today I'm like so tired and I know I'm not myself because normally like I'm really passionate about what I'm eating and what Lucas eats, and today I'm like, no fucks given, don't care. Yeah, why not have some chicken crimpy shapes? But yeah, anyway, super tired today, and just when I get tired I get like unmotivated and then I start making poor choices in all areas in terms of just being lazy and food, stuff like that. But I know I'm more conscious and aware this time around that I have to listen to my body, number one, to rest, and then to kind of know that although, you know, I might be feeling like having, you know, biscuits and stuff like that, comfort food, that's not necessarily what my body needs, and to find that balance between still eating the good foods that I really need to help me grow this baby the best I can, and to actually refill my tank because everything's been stripped from me to help this baby grow in the first trimester. So I have to refill that tank up, which the best way to do that is through really good food and keeping up my supplements, which I'm doing. So I've cut up under here all my green veggies and cauliflower. I'm loving blanching them, so I just put them in boiling water for like not even 5 minutes. So they're still crunchy, but they're a little bit cooked. And then I put organic butter over it with salt and pepper, and holy shit, I literally eat a massive bowl. Love it with some butter and salt and pepper. And then you'll see my baked dinner in there. Yum! So I put in onion, pumpkin and sweet potato, and then I just put a bit of water in the base and then drizzle olive oil over the whole thing. And then I put my favorite seasonings, my MINGLE seasonings. This one is amazing for like all meats. So I put that on. Oh my God, you can hear like how out of breath I am. That pregger's life. And no, this is not even the one. So, and this one is also really good. garlic and herb. So there's literally like nothing in these except for all natural herbs and spices and salt and pepper and stuff. They are honestly amazing, and I'm not even just saying that. They're really good. I used to always use seasonal salt from like Master Foods, and it's really good, but one of the first ingredients is sugar, which means the most amount of ingredients in there is sugar. So when I found these Mingle ones, I was like, please taste just as good, and they're actually even better. My husband loves them, and he was a massive seasonal Master Foods fan as well. So yeah, they're really good seasonings. Also, what I do with the chicken, after I cook that whole chicken up, we obviously eat all the meat off it, and then I used to always just throw the bones away, like and the carcass away, as you do. But what I learnt from Sarah Wilson's, one of her books, is to use the carcass and the bones and slow cook it with like all your offcuts of the vegetables. So when you cut the ends off the beans, the skin of the pumpkin, the skin of the potato, anything like that you would normally just throw away, keep it all, and then chuck it in a slow cooker for at least 12 hours with the chicken carcass. Obviously cover the whole thing in as much water as you can. A tablespoon or two of apple cider vinegar. You can add some turmeric, spices, ginger, anything you like in there really. And the apple cider vinegar draws the nutrients, helps draws the nutrients out of the bones, and then you get like the water becomes a really, really delicious and nutritious bone broth, which is amazing in general day to day, but also in pregnancy just to get all that nutrients in. So I've done that with another chicken I cooked earlier this week, and I made heaps of bone broth. And so what I've been doing is heating it up. So that's what it ends up looking like. I've got that one and this red container as well, just from one chicken slow cooking. And it's kind of nice. It's really good to have first thing in the morning to line the gut. And because I put a lot of ginger in there, it's really good anti-nausea. So make sure I drink that during the day when I feel sick. Yes, that's another good tip. See how I feel over the next couple of weeks. I think I feel bad today, but I kind of feel like I have a lot more bad days ahead of me, but we'll see. I'm hoping, because I'm much more aware and conscious and my mindset's better this time, that even if I do start to feel better, I can kind of control it and really, really try and eat good, even if I know I won't feel like eating chicken and vegetables and stuff like that. But I'm really just trying to keep those nutrients up, because the better you can eat, the better you'll actually feel. So we'll see how I go, fingers crossed. Feeling so tired and nauseous. And I've sent my sister-in-law out to get me a box of shapes, because that's all I feel like today. And this one's been up gagging. He didn't throw up, but he was gagging all night, which is making me feel like I need a gag. And I'm just tired, but I'm surrendering and just having a big lazy day, watching movies. I'm supposed to be at a family event today, but I'm not going, just in case he's sick, and I just don't feel up to it. And I'm just really trying to listen to my body and rest when I need it. I still made myself have a nutritious breakfast, and then I'm allowing myself to have whatever I want for lunch, which is a box of shapes, and then dinner. I am feeling super guilty today. I'm just so tired, and I think I have caught my husband's cold now, which is awesome. And I don't know if Lucas can sense that I'm pregnant, or I don't know what's going on, but he's been super clingy, and I have no patience, and I just feel like I'm being a pretty shitty mom at the moment. I thought being pregnant last time was really hard, and all I had to worry about was myself. Alright, it's time to get up, get moving. I've had my almost week of sitting on the couch. I still feel the same, but I'm just trying to tell myself that, you know what, life goes on, gotta get moving. I know the longer I don't exercise, the less I feel. I'm not gonna push myself because I'm still sick, but
I've got my water, put some ginger and some lemon in there just to combat the nausea. I'm going to drop Lucas to daycare. Please don't scream. And then I'm going to head to the gym and I'm going to film a workout for you guys. I'm just filming myself, so it's not going to be too fancy, but you'll get a gist of what I'm doing in the gym at the moment. So I'm 9 weeks today, still got a cold, and I'm really struggling today with nausea. Just feel disgusting. I don't have much of a bump. It's like normal bloating. Excuse my bed undies. They're like 5 years old. Don't care. My house is a freaking mess. There's just shit everywhere. But I don't fucking care. At least my bed's made today. But I'm feeling disgusting, and this is Prega's life. Prega's life. I'll show you where I am spending all of today, and I don't know what I'm going to eat today because I do not feel like eating anything. I thought food makes me feel sick. So this is where I'm going to spend my day. Got my water, watching Netflix, and just trying to get through each day. I can't wait till this nausea, tiredness is over because it's killing me and it sucks. And I now remember when I was pregnant with Lucas saying to myself, I'll never do this again. And here I am doing it again. I'll probably do it again after this, and maybe again another time. But you do forget, but then when you're back here, you're like, fuck, this sucks. Today I'm just over 10 weeks, so I am 10 weeks and 3 days today. This is like flying by now. I'm almost at the 12-week mark, and then I'll be in the second trimester, which is just crazy. Anyways, I feel good. I actually feel like I have my mojo back. I've got more energy. Like, I'm still a little bit tired, but not as bad as before. My nausea was horrible last week. It like stepped up a notch big time, but I took some vitamin B6 and ginger root powder tablets, and they worked an absolute treat. It was like it kind of just took it back down a notch again to doable. And then I haven't taken anything in the last couple of days, and I've been feeling really good. Still nauseous, still turned off foods that I normally enjoy, but like it's doable, and I can kind of force myself to eat really good. And yeah, I'm just feeling grateful to feel semi-good again. So I'm excited about that. So today I just wanted to show you that something I'm just gonna whip up. I'm finding that if I eat like kind of slow cook whole meals, like soup kind of things, or like a fried rice or something like that, like dishes where everything's in one, that I can eat protein. Otherwise, if I have a piece of protein by itself, I just am turned off still. So, and I was like that last time, but I know how important having protein and all the nutrients and veggies as well. I can't eat them on their own. It just makes me feel
sick. So today I'm gonna kind of whip up something, and I'm sure it's gonna taste good. I haven't cooked with quinoa in so long, but quinoa is so good. It's really nutritional, and it's got a bit of protein in it as well. So that will help get my protein up. I'm gonna cook it in homemade chicken bone broth that I've made just for some extra flavor. And there are so many good nutrients in bone broths. Full of really, really good nutrients for my gut health and just overall well-being. So I'm gonna cook that in that. And then I've got my organic chicken breast from Woolworths. I'm just gonna cut that up really small so I don't notice that it's in there. And then I've got some corn, cauliflower, broccoli. I'm gonna dice up some pumpkin and just onion. I'm gonna season it with garlic and the coconut amino sauce, which is a really, really good soy sauce alternative. And it's really, really nice. So I'm kind of going for a fried rice vibe, and I've got a course over the next 2 days, so I need to come prepared. So this would be a nice dish that'll keep me full, because I also find that if I'm hungry, that increases my nausea. So I'm trying to just keep up with eating regularly and eating really nutrient dense food, because honestly, it makes me feel so much better. When I have a day where I just indulge and I eat crap, I feel so much worse. So I know that it's good for me and it's what I need, and I'm just trying to make it an important part. So yes, that is me in the kitchen. I'm gonna get cooking now. As you can see, week 9 was like my worst week. That was probably when my nausea just went up a notch, and I was like, holy shit, like I thought it was bad before, but now I'm really feeling it. And so I ended up taking B6 tablets by themselves and ginger root tablets. And I took that for like 2 days, like twice a day. And I just feel like that just like gave me a kick of energy back, and my nausea just stepped back down level to manageable. And I was like, sweet. And then I didn't take anything for a couple of days, and then I'd feel bad again. And then I'd take it when I need it. And then I kind of just thought, you know what, like I think it's just my body doing its thing. I'll take it on the days that I feel really bad. When I'm good, I'll just see how it goes. I've had acupuncture done every 2 weeks since I found out I was pregnant, and I'm going to continue to do that throughout my pregnancy, because there's so many benefits for that. And I found that that really helped as well, just for relaxation, and just like it helps with the nausea, increasing energy. So for those of you that don't know, I'm now a fully qualified personal trainer. Whoop, whoop. Literally just finished that like last week. And I'm also studying to be a pre and postnatal coach. I'm almost fully certified with that as well. So I'm so passionate about exercise, and especially during pregnancy. And now that I'm really educated in the pre and postnatal coaching, I knew that it was so beneficial for me to try and exercise as much as I can during this first trimester. Last pregnancy, I was terrified to exercise for the first trimester, because back then they used to say it's not safe. But now it's showing that there's no research to back that, and it's actually beneficial if you can really try and move as much as you can in that first trimester, just to enhance like your body's circulation, and it just helps with the blood supply and just the formation of everything. And the more you can move, the less hungry you actually feel, which is better for the nausea. Because I found that when I was like sitting on the couch all day, I was so hungry and I just didn't want to eat. So the more that I move, it's like it keeps me fuller for longer, and it really decreased the nausea for me. Like I honestly believe that I felt better the days that I exercised. So your first trimester training goals are pretty much to just try and increase and maintain the muscle mass, try and move as much as you can. Just be aware of the extra fatigue and the nausea, obviously. Assess your volume and your intensity, and just see how you feel. In terms of like things that you can't do, there's not really much that you can't do in the first trimester. Core exercises are still safe because there's not really excess pressure on the abdomen yet. So you can pretty much keep doing what you were doing before. Just assess that volume and intensity. Decrease the sets if you're not feeling it, but just try and move, do anything. And it's really about focusing on the connection breath as well, and pelvic floor. That is like the #1 thing during pregnancy. And I didn't even really know about that in my last pregnancy, but I was lucky to have no pelvic floor issues and no abdominal separation, which was really good. But this time around, I'm even more aware of how important it is to be able to feel the connection of your breath and your pelvic floor and your abdomens, and how that all relates, and to just practice that breath in warm up, having that connection and being able to apply that connection to your exercises. So especially in like sort of your heavier lifts, being able to really utilize that breath and not holding the breath, which puts extra pressure on your pelvic floor. So just like setting up the foundations for all those things in the first trimester. Make sure your posture in alignment, like your rib cage stacked over your pelvis, everything is in really good alignment, and just keep moving. Nutrition. This is a huge thing. In my last pregnancy, the first like 15 weeks, I pretty much ate toast for breakfast, lunch and dinner. And it was a good quality oat bread from my health food store, but I was getting no nutrients from anywhere else. Occasionally I'd have a meal here and there that may have some protein and veggies and stuff in that, but I pretty much just could not deal with the nausea and the food aversions. Like it's so common to be turned off proteins, which is 100% for me, and vegetables. Like I went from eating chicken salads and steak and veg for dinner to just being like repulsed at even the thought of meat like by itself. I still kind of feel the same. But this time around, I just know so much more, and the research really, really shows that if you can eat as well as you can, you will feel so much better. And I 100% agree with that and can say that in my experience this time, I know my nausea and everything's been the same as last time, but I've dealt with it so much better, and I reckon I've had better days because I just know better, and I've been really, really eating much better than I did last time. I found the trick for me is to I'm eating a lot more breads and wraps and stuff like that than I normally would. But if I can put like protein and veggies in something, like a sandwich or like a stew or a soup or a slow cook or something, then I don't really notice that it's there, and I can stomach it. But if I were to eat like a piece of protein and some vegetables by itself, I just can't do it. So I just thought to myself, let's be a bit more creative with what I can do. If it means I'm having a little bit of wraps or a little bit of extra bread than I would normally like to, I think it's better than just having bread and wraps by itself. At least I'm trying to get all my micronutrients in with my fruits and veggies and protein in, which is really, really important. It's like the most important thing in general day to day, as well as it is during pregnancy. I tried to cook like some bone broths and some like Pete Evans soups. He makes like amazing soup recipes in his gut health book, which I could stomach, and I think there's a lot of good nutrients in there and amino acids and protein in there that's kind of hidden. I was just trying to have like toasted wraps, which meant that I was having a bit of cheese and a bit of mayonnaise, which I normally don't really have condiments or dairy, but I just was like, whatever I can put in there that will make it so that I'll eat it, and I'll eat the protein and the veggies in there. I do that, so I put avocado, chicken, and like spinach and all that in my wraps. And then for breakfast was probably the easiest meal of the day, but I'm having like a smashed avocado type thing with like a bruschetta and bacon, and I found this really good bacon from Woolworths that's nitrate free, so it's less processed and less chemicals in it. So I feel good having that, and there's a bit of protein in there as well. Yeah, so I've been just trying to have like mainly just wraps or like some sort of like stir fry, like or a stew, or like quinoa with veggies, and the protein shredded through it so I don't really taste it. And then I've been a little bit cheeky with like my sauces, even like just like cheese and like mayo and stuff like that, but they're not really super healthy, but just to kind of make me eat it. Having a lot more fruit, like normally I don't eat fruit. Normally I'm kind of like a high fat, low carb diet when I'm not pregnant, because I find that that really works well for me and I enjoy it. But I'm having a lot more carbs at the moment. I'm trying to be consistent with everything. I'm having a lot more fruit because, not that I have really cravings, fruit like goes down well in it, and it's nice and cold, and it's tasty, and it's a good snack if I'm starving while I try and make something. So I've been having a lot more fruit. I've been just trying to really, really increase the varieties of like the foods I have to feed my gut bacteria. So yeah, I'll share on my Instagram some of the photos and recipes of some of the stuff that I've been eating, but pretty much like at 80-20. There have been days where I just feel like a pasta, but in just saying that, I will buy the gluten-free, wheat-free pasta from Woolies. Like, I'm just trying to make really good choices wherever I go, because I know how important it is to fill my tanks back up. So the way I see it is, you've got all your tanks of like your fuel and your vitamins and everything that's essential for health and energy. And when you're pregnant, the baby and the placenta and all the formation draw fuel out of those tanks. And it's our job to fill those back up. And basically the way that can be done is through food and supplementation. So I've been on a really, really good multivitamin that this time hasn't made me throw up. My last multivitamin, a different brand from my other pregnancy, used to make me throw up, but I haven't thrown up at all this time, which is good. So yeah, I've been trying to fill my tanks back up and just try and eat good where I can, as well as having balance. There's been times where we've gone out for dinner and I'll indulge in things that I normally don't, but sometimes it's just about having that balance and allowing myself to indulge where I can, but not stay in that indulgence and that comfort food zone, and get back to making it a priority to eat really healthy. So that's really helped this time around. I honestly reckon that's made my experience so much better for me. Basically, I've been taking the multivitamin. It's a really, really good brand. It's new as far as I know, and it's created by a naturopath that specializes in fertility, and she used to work at like one of the top natural fertility centers in the city. But yeah, really, really good. Like when I read the back one, I'm like, it's pretty much every single thing in there that's required for pregnancy besides DHA and EPA, because apparently if you put it in them they go rancid really easily. So that's why I've got them in a separate supplement. Prior to falling pregnant, I was on those multivitamins as well, because they're like a fertility and pregnancy one. I was also taking Intestamine, which is just a gut supplement, which is bioceuticals. I feel if I eat something that I don't normally eat, or like something like pizza or pasta that's not wheat or gluten-free, I take Digestive Enzymes, a bioceuticals brand as well, and that just really helps break down the foods so I don't get any tummy pains or issues. Also been taking a probiotic. I always take a probiotic, and my gut health I know is really, really good at the moment. So I'm taking a probiotic the entire pregnancy. I didn't take probiotics in my last pregnancy because I just didn't understand the importance. Now that I do, I'm currently just on the Bioceuticals Ultrabiotic 45, but I know that there's a pregnancy one in the Bioceuticals, so once I finish this bottle, I'll move on to that. It's good to kind of mix up your probiotics sometimes as well, because each brand, as long as you get a really, really good brand, have different strains, and it's really good to just keep your body guessing as well. I plan to do a blood test every trimester just to see all my levels of like my iron, my vitamin D, calcium, and stuff like that, just to see, you know, which one's being stripped the most, and to make sure that I can supplement so that I don't feel any of those side effects of being low in any of those. And for the nausea, I was taking, there's a lot of research to show that vitamin B6 and ginger root powder and ginger can really help with nausea. I can't say that like I felt amazing straight away when I took them, but I definitely think that I've taken them this time and I feel better than I did last time. Like I've taken them on and off. So I definitely think that they do help. There's a lot of research to show that. You can just get them at your local like chemist or health food store. In terms of my weight gain, I'm really not fussed this time around. I didn't put on any excess weight with Lucas. I think I put 13 or 11 kilos all up. I've only weighed myself every couple of weeks, just out of curiosity. Don't really care what the number is because I know I'm being really healthy. Haven't put on any weight so far, which is quite normal. There's not really much growth, like there is a lot of growth, but there's not much weight yet. So that's really fine that I haven't put on any weight, and I'm not worried about it, even if I did anyway. My size really hasn't increased. I just kind of feel a bit more bloated. I felt like last time, until I really pop, I just kind of feel like I've let myself go a bit, just feel a bit pudge, in the pudge zone, which is like not cool, because I'm just like, no, I'm not pudgy, I'm pregnant. I just feel a bit like blah, and like my weight goes straight to my love handles, and like, you know, can you go to the front so then I actually look pregnant? But yeah, that's just the way my body does it, and I kind of just accept it this time around, whereas last time I was like freaking out, so I'm like, I just look fat, I just don't even look pregnant. But this time around I know that I didn't pop quickly last time, and that's okay. There's going to be plenty of time to pop once I do pop anyway, so yeah, I don't really care about my size this time. I didn't really get stretch marks last time. I got like none. From the research that I've done, a lot of stretch marks is just genetics, as well as I definitely believe water and hydration is a big thing, as well as moisturizing the skin. So I just used straight coconut oil. Last time I didn't use any like stretch mark or mummy tummy creamed or anything like that. Just use coconut oil. Make sure I drank a lot of water. I've been so thirsty since pretty much I fell pregnant. I've been drinking 2 to 3 litres a day and putting ginger in my water as well, which has definitely helped. And I plan to continue just keep drinking heaps of water because that's another really, really important thing. So this time around, I am so freaking excited to say that I'm planning to have a home birth. Whoa, controversial. It's funny because a lot of the reactions when I tell people I'm having a home birth is like, oh my God, like, well, what if like something goes wrong? Oh, I really? Like, oh wow, I think you should just like you should be in hospital. And I understand now that a lot of people's reactions are fear-based because they just don't really know about home birth. It's not something that's, you know, widely broadcast. I've done obviously so much research. I did the calm birth course with my last pregnancy. I've done a lot of reading, and I pretty much almost had a home birth with Lucas anyway. I went through a midwife group through a local public hospital last time. Had an incredible experience. My midwife was the bomb. She literally showed me the side of pregnancy and birth that I wanted to see, and she believed in me, my ability, and stood up for me in my natural choices. She was unreal and really educated me on pregnancy and birth. And yeah, I pretty much laboured my entire labour at home until my waters broke, and then it was on like Donkey Kong to get to the hospital. I was fully dilated when I got to the hospital, and 20 minutes later I had given birth standing on all fours. So it was pretty much a home birth experience for me. I didn't have any drugs, and I loved being at home. And the worst part of my entire labour was having to get to the car, which I ended up crawling because I just didn't want to stand up, and being in the car, being restricted. So I just thought I want to be able to just be in the privacy of my own home, and I'm confident in my ability. And I just feel like if more women just accept and learn how to connect with their body and be educated and respected and supported, that they'll be more confident in their choices. But that's a whole nother vlog to come. I might do an actual vlog about my choice in a home birth and why I'm doing that. But anyway, so I've got my own private midwife. I'm not just doing a home birth where I'm just going to plan to just pop the baby out in my own time. I've got a private midwife who is a registered home birth midwife. I'm still registered in a local hospital, so if at any time during my pregnancy that I'm maybe considered high risk or things don't go well, or even during the labour, I can go straight to that hospital. I'm in the system, and I follow the hospital systems with my private midwife as I would if I just registered through a hospital in the first place. So I've got everything covered. Don't worry about it. It's going to be good. I'm confident that I'll be able to have it at home. And if I don't, I'm going to trust the universe and trust the journey that wherever I have this baby, I will have it as I'm meant to have it. In terms of like my favourite products, clothing, stuff like that, I'm wearing the same clothes, obviously, because I haven't really popped yet. I love this pregnancy app that I've got. It's the one that I had last time. Let me just get it up on my phone. It's called Pregnancy Plus. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that one just there. Where is it? That one there. I can't remember, and I probably should have checked before I showed you that, but I don't know if I paid for it, if it's free. But if I did pay for it, it's worth it. It's really, really cool because it tells you obviously like how many weeks you are in days. It's got like daily info about just random topics about pregnancy. It tells you, it's got like a blog through there as well, and then it tells you like a weekly recap of what's happening with the baby with you, gives you images each week. So it does like a 2D scan, which I've obviously got like from random, and then they do like an image. So this is my image at the moment, which is so cool. I love being able to like physically see, and then they do a 3D scan as well. Like, so they've obviously just like sourced this from people's pregnancies, which I really like. And then it gives you the size guides. It's like fruits every week, and then it gives you an opportunity to add your photos, log your weight, put your appointments in, any tasks that you need to do, and like boys and girls name that you like. Also got like a kit counter. You can do your birth plan in there. You can track your weight, to-do list, and like shopping list gives you like suggested things that you need to buy and do, things to put in your hospital bag. You can track your contractions through the app. really cool. So it's still got like all some of the info that I had like with Lucas's pregnancy in there, even though like I registered a new pregnancy. It's just like good to kind of reflect and see. So I really, really like that app. At the moment, I'm kind of reading 2 books, pregnancy and birth related, as well as doing my pre and postnatal certification, where there's a lot of information, even more so on like how your body changes and like how to coach someone pregnant and training, nutrition. So much cool stuff. Yeah, as well as doing that, which I'm almost done, completed and qualified. I've been reading 2 books. I will show you. Okay, so this is the first one. It's called The Mama Natural Week by Week Guide to Pregnancy and Childbirth. I came across the Mama Natural before I was pregnant. I think she did a podcast on Melissa Ambrosini's show, which was unreal. And she's just all about a natural approach to pregnancy, preconception, birth. This is unreal. There's so much good, up-to-date, awesome stuff in there in terms of like nutrition and even things like, you know, reducing toxicity in chemicals and things that you use daily and stuff like that. There's just so much information, and then do like a week by week guide of what, like what's happening with your baby, different things that you can focus on and think about and plan and learn, and there's recipes in there. I really, really like that one. Other book that I'm reading is Ina May Gaskin's Guide to Childbirth. Freaking love Ina May Gaskin. She's like one of the most world-renowned midwives. She ran the farm in the States, which is like a home birth center, and they had really successful rates of home births and natural births. And she does a lot of like, she's done some TED Talk, and she's just hilarious, and just her knowledge and experience and the way that she talks about childbirth is just so inspiring and educating and empowering, and I love it. There's so many stories in here of successful births and just examples of how important it is to have a good birth team and environment, and how little things can just enhance your birth experience, which I 100% agree with. So I'm just reading that at the moment and really, really inspired by that. So that's, yeah, that one there. So yeah, that's pretty much a wrap up of my first trimester. I hope you guys are still listening, because I've shared a lot of freaking info. If you are, thank you very much, and I hope you learned something. As you can see, I'm really, really passionate about this, and I hope you guys can follow my journey. So I'm gonna vlog and share as much as I can on my Instagram and my Facebook page. So on Instagram, it's _TheStrongMama, M-A-M-A. And then it's just The Strong Mama on Facebook. And I'm also, now that I'm a qualified personal trainer and soon to be qualified pre and postnatal coach, my plans are to open my own business. I'm gonna open a big gym hopefully next year, but at the moment I'm training people from my home, as well as I'm gonna do some online packages, like online training for pregnancy, preconception, and postnatal. So my business name is Strong Mamas Health and Fitness, and I will put the website below. Basically follow me on Instagram under The Strong Mama, and the business Instagram name is Strong Mamas _AUS. Oz from Australia, because that's where I'm from, if you can't tell from my accent. So yeah, now I'm week 12, I'm pretty much feeling still the same, good days, bad days, but just like seeing the light at the end of the tunnel and knowing that hopefully across week 15, 16, I will feel normal, semi-normal again, and I can't wait to kind of like pop and feel the first kicks and all those exciting stuff to come. So I'm nearly there.